Hello, guys. I'm Lucas, as you can see. So today I'm gonna show you a new tutorial. It's about the latest pack that I made and that it's out there already. So if you guys want to have it, just so you guys can see, is this template. It's called Helios, and you can have it in Ableton, FL Studio, Logic Pro Ads. And just this week, you can get it for 50% off. So it's basically half price, which is £7, I believe. Anyway, and yeah, it's been released for 3 days. So I think you got till Sunday to get it. Anyway, the idea of the tutorial is actually to show you, yeah, how to mix piano sounds. So these are the key element of the whole track. So I'm gonna solo it. So if you guys haven't heard it, I'm just gonna play it through the intro, and then we go through the tutorial. Okay, guys. So yeah, you guys got the idea of what's the track, kind of. So it's pretty classic, UK or house, like the roots of house music. It follows the classic elements. As you can see, the template itself is quite pretty straightforward, pretty basic. You can say, but it's high standard, so it sounds well as it is. It's a pretty release well track. Like this can be a release track, and yeah, we made a template for you guys. And basically, so I'm gonna mute this now. But the other thing I wanted to say, so basically, the track was built in Ableton. I'm gonna show the Logic one. I'm gonna be switching the tutorials between Ableton and Logic because those are the two DAWs I work with. I'm not an FL guy, even though you can buy this template in FL Studio because we got a guy that translates to FL Studio for you guys. So basically, what I wanted to show you. So, for example, in the Ableton, you can see all the files here that we use to make the piano chords. Yeah, so basically, you can use like a sampler. In this case, is the built-in from Logic, which is called ES20. Yeah, ES24. And in Ableton is a multi-sampler. It's just the same sampler in multi-sampler mode. And I guess in FL there's also a sampler where you can add a group of notes. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So once you do that, drag it into a sampler, this is the part where I wanted to show you guys how to make a proper sound. So I'm basically gonna mute everything off and start showing you everything from scratch. So as you can see, basically it follows the same melody structure, but just here it's by shorter notes, and here's like sustained notes, but it follows the same melody. So this is the drop part, so to say, and this is the breakdown part, where like there's other elements like bass line, step. You got like background vocals, but I'm not gonna show you guys that today, at least. Anyway, so first, as you can see, it's pretty much the same process effects. I think just the EQ they just changed a little bit, but pretty much besides that, they all sound the same. Also, I added basically like if I record this note and then record it and then reversed it. So that's what I did here. So you guys want to hear just that, which only comes in the intro. So yeah, it's just that. It's pretty simple, creative thing to do, I guess. Anyway, so I'm gonna show you this part actually, because it's the part that is off. So basically, we're gonna start with the EQ. For the EQ, basically, I just put a high pass, sorry, filter, and then a bell around 250, cutting out like maybe we can see this. It just clears a bit of the muddiness in the track, and this is, I guess, to cut off a little bit of the format. That spike format, I guess, over there, which much make a big difference. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, simple EQ, as you can see. I didn't want to put a low pass here. I think this track needs this space at the high end to make it sound more realistic, so to say. Make it, expand naturally. Multiband compressor, built-in multiband compressor. This is a Logic one. As you can see, I'm just using the 2-band. I'm gonna put a loop here. Where is the loop? Here it is. There we go. Anyway. So I'm just using these 2 bands, trying to, squash in the lows, trying to, take out more of the muddiness, trying to leave the high frequencies more prominent. So yeah, basically trying to, control the low frequencies and making the high frequencies stand out. Overdrive, something I use a lot. It can be overdrive, it can be a saturator. Distortion, maybe not, because it clips too much the signal. So try to use overdrive or saturator to give it more warmth feeling. And don't over abuse, of course. As you can see, here's really, really not abusive, even though. So yeah. Yeah, so as you can see, it just warms the whole sound. It takes a bit of the high end from the after it process. It takes a bit of that airy signal, but you guys are gonna see what I did next to bring that up again. So yeah, it's basically to bring a little bit more like an analog kind of feeling to the piano sound. I don't know if I show you guys the raw version of the piano. So this is the raw version. So yeah, as you can see, it's actually pretty well set up already. By the way, this is the piano from the Korg M1. So I'm using the samples from the keyboard, which are pretty dope if you guys need to make piano tracks or stuff like that. And as I say, if you buy our templates, you will get the whole sampler notes just to drag it, into different tracks or to, check this track. Anyway, compressor, very basic compression. Yeah, so you can see basically it's compressing about 3 dB, 2 dBs actually, the whole signal. Oh shit, it was about 4. There we go. I got this problem with my mouse because I'm using this weird mouse. Anyway, yeah, about threshold 15 dB, 4 ratio. Don't go over more than 4 ratio for this kind of like house music tracks, because it really squash the sound. You really want to keep the original signal dynamic, so don't over abuse it. And just a bit, again, just a bit of soft distortion, or it's actually like a saturation. I wouldn't call this a distortion. Again, another EQ. So this is the part I was telling you guys before, that you kind of miss that high-end space when I put it the overdrive. So what I did here in the EQ is basically I brought that up again, around 5K. It's for 47K, sorry, 4700, and just a basic high pass filter, just to take a bit of the lows again. It could be more. It could be. I mean, I could the how you say the Q could be more. In this case, it's just 12 dB Q, so it's a soft one. I think in Logic you can use it. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty much. So basically, this really adds the difference as you're gonna hear. So yeah, just a little tad, 2 dBs more over there. Big bell is a big expanded bell. The only bad thing about the Logic EQ is that you can't use band passes, which in Ableton you got. But yeah, it's not a big deal. It still does its job. And yeah, as you guys can see, you guys hear the difference, so it's a big difference. And last but not least, because we got the process, the delays and reverbs. So this is basically the sidechain for the kick, actually. So yeah, basically it's just gonna add a bit of 2 dB there, nothing much. That's why it sounds louder, but besides that, it's just sidechaining against the kick. Basic sidechain, I guess. Okay, so this is the first part of the process, basically sending about minus 20 dBs from the original signal. So this is, at the moment, is minus 14. So what it's sending here is before minus 14. So it's actually sending, so to speak, it would be sending something about that. That's what is actually being sent here, just to make sure that you guys understand how the bus works. So this one is pre-fader. Okay. Basically, pretty normal room reverb, I guess. It does add a more overall, how you say, it does cover the whole room area when you add the reverb, especially when it's a bright reverb. So basically I'm trying to keep all the tail from the piano in the reverb as well, so it's not a very short-tailed reverb. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole idea. Just keep in mind this: attack time, decay time, and filter envelope. So basically I'm trying to cut the highs after it finishes. And again, EQ. I normally do this all the time. I add a reverb. You're gonna see this in all my tutorials, as probably. I always put an EQ after the reverb just to cut off the lows, just to making sure, again, to control the low frequencies. It's very important. Again, another bus. This case, it's another reverb, a bit longer. In this case, what I'm doing is I'm trying to just give more, how you say, prominence in the attack of the piano. As you can see, it's basically the attack of the piano that is being processed and not the whole tail, as you can see here. So I don't want the whole tail because that will be a massive reverb. It will be huge. So just want to control it. Just want to keep the around 2 seconds, but just in the attack of the piano. Yeah, pre-delay 10 seconds. That adds a lot of how you say, like extra stereo image to the overall sound. You can hear the big difference if you guys want to do it. So it adds more depth into the overall sound of the piano, which is really important, especially for these kind of tracks, house tracks, because it's gonna be played in clubs, maybe in festivals, but mainly clubs. So you want to keep it room based. And last, it's just a very simple delay. So yeah, basically the delay is at the same time as the note, so it's 1/8 of the note. So you hear the difference. You really hear the delay. I think I sent like 18, 20. I think this is 24. So around that areas. This one is a bit less because I just want to make the depth of the whole attack of the piano, not the overall piano sound. And the delay, yeah, it does add a difference. 55 feedback, it's quite a lot, but yeah, I didn't send a lot of the signal, so you guys can hear it very prominent, but it's there, you can feel it. Yeah, guys. So yeah, that was basically the tutorial. I wanted to show you guys how I built the piano for this template. Yeah, as I say again, the process effects from this layer is literally the same sampler. I'm using the same sampler, same piano, just the actual notes that changes. So just the MIDI file that is changing. Besides that, it's all the same. Yeah, so basically what I wanted to say at the end of the tutorial is that you guys can win this template. Of course, if you are an Ableton guy, you can choose to get the Ableton project. If you're an FL guy, you can choose to get the FL project. Or if you're a Logic, you can choose to get this one. So basically what you're gonna have to do, this is gonna be in Facebook. So basically try to share it, try to like it, and try to comment. Comment whatever you like most about what I showed you guys. Any questions you got about what I just showed you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So basically I want you guys to, like, share it, and tell me if you like the piano sounds that I did and if you thought this was a helpful tutorial. I want to know. So yeah, thank you very much. I want to end up by showing you guys again. If you guys haven't heard the whole track, you guys can go to my SoundCloud. The previous project that we got, Pokemon Go, was it's also at 50% off until the end of this week, until Sunday. If you guys haven't heard this, go to my SoundCloud, the audio bar, check the demo of both. And again, make sure to go to my Facebook post. You're probably watching this in my tutorial. Like it, share it, tell me a comment or what you think of this tutorial. And peace. Cheers and see you in the next tutorial.